All right, folks, it is the top of the hour according to my clock. I've got 9 o'clock straight up Eastern time. This is Doug Droops calling from Georgia. I'm going to give a little bit of an introduction here in a moment, but I'd like to just call out to make sure you can hear me okay. One person, my son Dougie, I heard him call on the line from Tennessee. Doug, can you hear me okay this morning?
Yes, sir, I'm there.
All right, wonderful. I'm doing something a little different here on the phone. Just wanted to make sure it was coming through loud and clear. I'm going to mute out the line on this end. If you would, please hit *6 on your end. We'll keep the lines clear for everyone to be able to hear the information this morning. Let me just say again, welcome to all of you. Welcome to Zija Nation. This is the Freedom Friday call, which is always a very, very exciting time for me. And I know it is for many of us on the line this morning if we truly understand what it means to have freedom. And if we truly see the vision and, catch that vision and share that with other people, that Zija International is the vehicle that can get all of us to experiencing that freedom that we all desire to experience. The flip side of that is so many people do desire that freedom, but they don't know how to get there. Well, folks, that's what this call is about today. We do this every Friday. It's called Freedom Friday. So here's a question. What does freedom mean to you? What does freedom look like to you in your mind? Folks, we have the vehicle with Zija International, and we have the path to freedom for every one of us on this call and for every one of us on our teams. It's all here in place, and I say that many, many times throughout different trainings. Everything is already in place, from Zija International for all of us to be highly successful. I mean that both from a product standpoint as well as a financial standpoint. Now, I know all of us on the call here this morning already understand we've got the best products on the planet. We know that they work. We also understand that we have the best compensation plan. We have the best high-integrity leadership. We have the best training, and that is about to get even better and more streamlined as the company is going to be including things in the new distributor package that's going to be a wonderful way to train all the brand new distributors right out of the gate as soon as they get their new package in the mail. We have the timing. We have the teamwork. I mean, literally, we have everything that we need for every one of us and many, many more, right? There's plenty of room at the top for all of us to be highly successful. So having said that as a foundational statement for this call today, I want to paint a picture in our minds. The best way I know how to do that is just to share our story very briefly, but in doing so, not really focusing on my wife Amy and I and our journey with Zija. I'll do that just for a moment, but I want you to stop wherever you are right now. If you're driving, I don't mean pull over, I just mean, take a moment and consider what does freedom look like to you. So let's introduce ourselves. You heard my wife Amy just a moment ago. You heard one of our sons, Dougie, just a moment ago, are on this call with us today. But I have the wonderful privilege of painting this picture of Freedom Friday and freedom and what does it look like. But I know that looks differently in all of our minds as we listen in today. You may have a whole different idea of what freedom looks like for you and your family and your future. When I say that word freedom, I don't necessarily just mean financial freedom. I also mean time freedom. So this morning, for those of you on the call that may not know who Doug and Amy Stroop are, it is our wonderful privilege to have achieved Black Diamond level in the compensation plan because of all these things I just mentioned, because of our wonderful team, passionate team that has caught this vision with us and is continuing to share this with the world. We live near Athens, Georgia, which is about an hour or so from north of Atlanta. We live on a small farm here. We've got land and animals and things. It's just a wonderful life. We have 7 children, 6 of which are living here at home with us. Our 5 girls are here at home, and our second son is here living at home with us. And then, as you heard, our son Dougie, who is married, is living in Tennessee. But we do live here on a small farm with land and farm animals, horses, goats, chickens. Just kind of painting a picture for you guys of what freedom is for us. Right now, I'm hosting this call from our home office here, near Athens, Georgia. But if you could see where I'm hosting this call from, I want you to see this in your mind's eye. I'm actually in our backyard, in a small cabin in the woods that overlooks a pond. It's a stocked pond with fish. Beyond the pond, I'm seeing a bank and more woods. Right now it's covered with snow because we've had a very rare snow here in Georgia. But it's beautiful. Why am I describing this to you this way? Because I don't know what freedom looks like in your mind. This call today, again, is about each one of us gaining freedom. I want you to contrast with whatever it is that you may be doing right now. Many of you may be at work. Many of you may still have to have a job, and that's fine. But do you see Zija as a way out? Do you see Zija as the vehicle to get you to that freedom that you really desire, not only for you, but for your family and for your other team members on your Zija team? Do you see in your mind's eye being able to get freedom from bondage to clocking in and clocking out? And I do call that bondage because that's the way it feels to me. If I were clocking in and clocking out daily for someone else, that would feel like bondage to me. And I think it's because we've tasted the freedom that Zija has brought us that we want to pass that along to other people. But also freedom could mean freedom from making money for someone else, rather than building your own fortune or your own future. Freedom can mean freedom from building someone else's dreams, and to literally be able to spend the time daily to build your own dreams, and to see those dreams become reality in your mind. It can mean freedom to do what you want, and you've probably heard this before from some other leaders. I took it from them. It's a wonderful phrase. Freedom to do what you want, when you want, and with whom you want. It gives us choices. Freedom to spend more family time. That's very important for us. As I mentioned, having the children that are living here at home, and it's very, very important to be able to spend that family time. And I know that's important to many of us on the call today. What about the freedom to travel? Again, whenever you want. How many people today, and think about this personally, how many people in your circles that you know right now come to the top of your head, friends, family, co-workers, whoever they are, that if you were to say to them, hey, tomorrow's going to be a beautiful day. We're going to go out and spend the day at the lake. We're going to cook out. We're going to ski. We're going to have a wonderful time together. Come on and go with us. What are most of them going to say? I can't because I got to work. I'm not saying work is a bad thing. Work's a great thing if you're doing something that you enjoy. And if you see that as a vehicle to get you to the freedoms that you desire for you and your family. Most people would say that, I can't because I have to work. Or another answer that I'm sure that you hear often and that we've heard many, many times is, oh, I'd love to go do whatever it is you're asking them, but I don't have the money. Therein lies the 2 reasons why we see Zija as the vehicle to freedom. Because in my mind, those are the 2 parts of freedom that mean the most. The time freedom and the financial freedom. When you have the financial freedom, it opens up a lot more choices to you. And it also gives you the time freedom because you're no longer locked in to that JOB, which we've heard is just over broke. So it gives you a lot more choices, and to me that's one of the beautiful parts of having the freedom that we're talking about today, is freedom to make choices, right? It opens up a lot more choices to us that you otherwise would not even have the choice to make, right? It wouldn't even be a thought in our minds. So, again, what does freedom mean to you? Last year, my wife Amy, who is on the line with us this morning as well, she found me a small cabin that we had moved onto our property. We placed it in our backyard between the house and the pond, as I mentioned at the top of the call. It's a very quiet place. It's surrounded by nature. It's a place where I can focus and I can get my work done, making phone calls, plugging in the system, helping others in depth get to where they need to be. No alarm clocks to wake us up. No time frame to try to be work on time. No boss to answer to and get us in trouble if we're late to work. All of those things that most of our country deals with on a daily basis. None of the time schedules. We homeschool our children. Yeah, we get up. We're organized, but we don't have those alarm clocks. We don't have those time frames that most people have to deal with on a daily basis. There's freedom because of what Zija International has brought to us. I'm literally just trying to paint this picture in your minds so that you can not just looking at us as an example. I'm just saying this because of our wonderful team and because of the opportunity that Zija International has brought to us and brought to many, many others. Many of us on the line today experience the same freedom. I have to say this, I am forever thankful to my wife Amy, who saw the vision of what Zija could do for us and for our family and for our future, and she shared it with me a little over 4.5 years ago. Folks, how many of us on the line this morning have caught that same vision? Have seen what Zija International offers you and have joined this mission, if you will, have caught this vision to take Zija to the world. If you truly care about other people, then yes, we'll be sharing this opportunity and these wonderful products with people every day, everywhere, people we come in contact with no matter where we go. Right? Because I don't see this, Amy and I don't see this as a job. We see it as a lifestyle. So we're talking about what freedom can be for you today. Hopefully we just paint a little bit of a picture, and that's just a small little portion. There's so many other things, as I mentioned, the choices that it opens to each of us when you're able to achieve a level in the Zija compensation plan that brings about a wonderful residual income that allows us to open up those doors of more choices available to us. I know for a fact that there's many, many people just like us on the line today and people throughout your organizations that do dream about certain things that they would love to be able to do, or to places to go, or things they would love to accomplish, people they would like to help, ministries they would like to support, on and on and on. There's so many things that people have in their mind's eye or in their hearts. They put it up on a shelf because they're not sure that they'll ever be able to achieve those things. Folks, I'm here to tell you, and I know there's many, many others that would shout a loud, hearty amen if we could hear them this morning to the things that I'm saying, because Zija is the vehicle to get you where you need to be and to give you those choices and to allow you to experience that lifestyle and that freedom. Folks, I'm not just talking about nice cars and nice houses and land. I'm just talking about the freedom that you desire to be able to wake up each morning and make a choice of what would you like to do that day. Zija is the vehicle that will get all of us there. And again, I'm so thankful to my wife Amy, who saw that vision and shared that with me and began to share that with other people. And they also were getting great results. And one thing leads to another, and now here we are as Black Diamonds in the comp plan, and it's a wonderful place to be, and we want all of you to be able to be there and above. Diamond Elite is the next step. But you can only do that as a team. So, how do you get there? I know that many of you are asking that, and right now in your mind's eye, your gears are turning. Yes, I do see ZJ International as a vehicle to get us there, to where we need to be, and you're kind of painting your own picture in your mind of what you would like to be able to achieve. That's good. I want us all thinking about that. So how do you get there? I'm sure all of us on the line this morning know the system. Big pass and plug or invitation, presentation, validation. We're not going over that this morning. You know the system. You know that there's conference calls like this going on every day. You know that there's events going on all around the country and in other countries because we're a global company. You know that there's training in the ZJ University in the back office and in the Fast Start training calls that are archived at One Team Worldwide and that are every Saturday morning at 11 Eastern Time. They're live calls. You know that there's all of this training. There's also the Life Unlimited Academy that is just about to begin, where new distributors and any seasoned distributors will be able to go and get that streamlined training all across the country. No matter where you go, you'll be getting the ZJ training through this Life Unlimited Academy. Many of us probably already know, as I mentioned at the top of the call, that there's going to be new materials in every distributor package that's being mailed out as new distributors get started. There's going to be all of this streamlined training and information in the packages that will really help everyone get off to a fast start. So all of those things are available to us and to the new distributors right now, right? We don't have to know everything in order to get started. We just need to get started. And then use the team, use the tools. You know all these things, so it's just a matter of doing them. So how do you get there? You set your goals. Why do you want to be successful in ZJ International? Write those down. Setting those goals, both short-term and long-range goals, and writing down your why. Your goals and your why will change as you grow, as you develop personally, and as your team grows. That's wonderful. So we're changing those goals. As we achieve certain goals, then we're going to change it to the next goals that we have. The goals should not just be a new pen rank by a certain amount of time. Yeah, those are wonderful goals. It gives us something to shoot for. The goals should also be looking in depth throughout your organization and finding those that are, I have to say it this way, worthy of your attention and your time to help. Those that are active, those that have caught the vision, those doing this, those that are plugged in to the system, those that have the desire to achieve the freedom that we're talking about today, those that see ZJ International as the vehicle to get them there. Find those people and work with them, right? Make a commitment to them to be there, to help them make the calls. Who do you have in the funnel, right? This is what we're doing on Freedom Fridays. Who do you have in your funnel that we can get on the phone and maybe we can get them started in your organization today? Because ZJ International pays every Friday as you qualify for income, every Friday they pay us and they pay you. So the business that you can finish up today and get into your organization, you get paid on next Friday. Well, if you wait and put that same business in tomorrow or next week, you won't get paid on it until the following Friday. Right? So that's why one of the things we do on Freedom Friday is working in depth, finding out who do you have in your funnel. Maybe we can tie up the business for you and get those people into your organization today. That continues to build that foundation that's going to allow you to reach another pen rank, that's going to allow the other people to reach another pen rank, and that's the way it works as it moves up. So set your goals. Make your commitments. Make your commitments to yourself. I'm still going to be here doing this a year from now. That's a wonderful commitment to make. Make your commitment to your auto ship. I'm going to stay on my 150 or higher auto ship every single month. I'm going to let that run so I can qualify for the different income streams as I continue to grow my business. So I can have extra product that I can keep planting seeds and sharing, with other people, using the tools, using the products themselves to continue to build your business. Making these commitments. Focus on helping other people get where they need to be, and you'll be where you need to be. You've heard that said. I think Zig Ziglar was the first one credited to making a statement like that. And you've heard it said in many, many different ways. But it all means the same thing. As we focus on helping others get to where they need to be, then you'll be where you need to be. And as all of us are striving together in this vehicle called Zija International, as we're in the same train, if you will, going down the track, and we've got Ken Brailsford and Rod Larson up there at the front, driving this train down the track. We're all on this train together. And as we're going around focusing on other people and helping them reach their goals, then we're also going to reach ours. Why is that? Another phrase that we've all heard many, many times is all ships rise with the tide. What does that mean? When you set up your distributor account, then you're on the water. All of us, as distributors on this call today, are out there on the water, right? Our ship is out there on the water, and our ship is represented by our distributor account. As we help others in depth throughout our organization achieve their new pen ranks, then we'll be achieving ours as well, provided that we're staying committed and we're continuing to strive to reach the goals that we have set, and we're continuing focused on other people and the why of why we're doing this. There's many, many great examples all throughout different organizations of people that have achieved higher pen rank levels. I have to share this one example because it's very, very fresh, just happened last week. As we know, as you're doing this in depth and as you're focusing on other people to helping them get where they need to be and reaching their goal, right, you'll be able to reach yours. One of the things that's very, very exciting for all of us to see, and that is the brand new builder, the brand new builder 500, the brand new builder 1000, and on up, bronze, silver, gold, white gold, platinum, emerald, all of diamond, all of those are wonderful, wonderful achievements that we all rejoice in as distributors achieve those pen ranks. It truly is a reason for all of us to rejoice. Every now and then we hear wonderful stories of people who didn't have any experience in network marketing, of stay-at-home moms who have achieved levels, in whatever time frame because they plugged into the system and they worked together with their team and they caught the vision and they just did what it takes to get there. We all hear wonderful stories like that. One of the most fresh and most recent examples throughout our organization is a lady by the name of Dee Dee Shaw. She's not on the line with us this morning. She's very busy. She's been, part-time / full-time now for a few years in Zija. Amy and I were able to sponsor her back a few years ago. You have to understand her story. Dee Dee has 14 children. You think of that, I'm sure a lot of you that have never heard that before, your mouths just dropped open. What? Did I hear him say that? Yes. 14 children. And they live on a farm as well with animals and that. A very, very busy lifestyle. You can imagine. And yet just last week, because of her sponsoring people and training others to sponsor and duplicating her efforts throughout her wonderful team, she literally has a wonderful, unstoppable team that is very passionate, that spreads all around the United States as well as in Canada. Because of that and the team and all the things that are in place, Dee Dee was able to achieve the diamond level, officially achieve that last week. As many of you know, other pen ranks are 1 week qualification, meaning you have the volume and the Builder 500s necessary to reach a pen rank in 1 week qualification. Well, diamond is more than that. Diamond is 3 weeks in a row. And so you have to reach those qualifications with the volume requirements and Builder 500s 3 weeks in a row in order to achieve the level of diamond. And she, along with her team, was able to accomplish that. But you have to understand, in order to do that, there were many new Builder 500s, new Builder 1000s, there were silvers, there was a white gold, and you see, I just want to make that point that's the way that we build in depth, focusing on other people, and that will allow us to get to where we need to be. I want people to understand that's how we do that. So on this Freedom Friday, all of us need to understand that if you can pick up the phone, if you have some time, however much time it is, part-time, full-time effort, that's completely up to you. But take a look throughout your organization and find those that are worthy of your attention. Those that truly want this, those that have the vision, those that are desiring that freedom, those that see Zija as the vehicle to get them there. And focus on them. Pick up the phone and give them a call and say, who's in your funnel, who are you working with? I'm here to help you, tie up that business and get them in your organization today so that you can get paid next Friday. You can, continue to build your business as it grows, and you want to do that in depth. Folks, I know that all of us, as I begin to wrap this up this morning, all of us want to have what we call Big Mo. Big Mo stands for momentum. By doing these things that we're talking about, right? Picturing in your mind where you want to be, where you need to be by the end of this year, by the summer, by the spring, whatever it is, you set those goals in your mind and you write those things down, and then you begin to build in depth. As we said, help others achieve new pen ranks every week. That establishes a tremendous foundation for them, but it also establishes the foundation for you. As they continue to build on that foundation, you want them to get to Builder 500 in every cycle as quickly as they can. That opens up the team commissions to them, and it allows you to have another Builder 500 in every cycle. So it's a win-win situation for all of us. As we know, as they rise in pen rank, you're able to do that as well. Again, there's wonderful examples of how many, many people have been able to achieve this by teamwork, focusing on other people. As we all work together, people get their questions answered, right? Nobody, as I mentioned before, nobody needs to know all the answers before you get started. That's why we have the team. That's why we do the three-way calls for validation. That's why we do the three-way calls as a lifeline to introduce the new distributor to your team. So they know, wow, I'm not by myself. I have a whole team of people that I can work with. And the less questions, right, the less hurdles, the less brick walls that could stop someone in their growth, all of that equals faster growth. It's just been wonderful to be able to share some of these things. Hopefully I've been able to paint a picture in your mind's eye this morning of what does freedom look like to you, and then just a few of the little steps that we need to do over and over again to get us there. Today's call for me was not necessarily about a how-to, but it was about painting that picture and that vision in your mind that Zija is the vehicle to get you to that point of freedom, whatever that looks like in your mind. It is possible. It is achievable. Talk to other people who have also achieved some of the higher pen ranks. And I don't just mean the higher ones. There's wonderful income, but there's wonderful residual income at all the levels. Residual income is very, very powerful, and with Zija, literally, the sky's the limit. You can get to wherever you need to be by following the simple duplicatable system and make every Friday represent Freedom Friday for you, and do the work throughout the week that will build up to that Freedom Friday, tie up the loose ends, getting folks into the organization that will allow new pen ranks to occur every week that will allow you to gradually get to where you need to be. Folks, there's plenty of room at the top. Amy and I are very, very blessed and humbled to be a part of such a wonderful company, and we're here to help any way we can. With that, I'm going to open up the lines, and everybody have an absolutely wonderful day, and enjoy Freedom. How's it going? Good. Thank you so much, Doug. David Adams, Frank Miller. The color of No.